Today we'll be discussing about the second most basic program, that is addition of two numbers. Okay, so for any C program you need to understand two things. One is what they need, and second thing is what we need to provide. So addition of two numbers in the sense we need to add two numbers, and what we need to provide is we need to provide the result, that is sum of those two numbers we need to. Okay, here I'll be showing you two programs. Okay, why I am trying to show in two different programs you'll be coming to know shortly. Okay, so my first task is to add two numbers, let us say 3 and 5. So I'll be adding 3 and 5. I need to display 8 as a sum. Okay, so first of all I want to add 3 and 5. So what are 3 and 5? 3 and 5 are nothing but they are integers. Okay, in mathematics how we define 3 and 5 as integers, in C language also we need to define them as integers. The shortcut of integers is int. Okay, so if I put 3 comma 5, then C compiler won't understand this, because as I told you already in the first video, C compiler won't understand any language except C language. So it doesn't understand English. If I put anything, okay, anything which is in mathematics or which is in English or any language, we need to make C compiler to understand it in the form of C language. So that's why here we need to make it understand C language. So first of all I need to tell C compiler that it is an integer, so int. Okay, shortcut of integer is int, so int. And for that I'm giving a convention a, this is naming convention a, so int a equal to 3, int b is equal to 4. Okay, so a b you can mention C, D or EF or any naming convention. Okay, there are no rules to use this only. Okay, so here you can put even capital A, small b also, that doesn't matter. Okay, so again I'll be explaining what you are doing here. If you directly put 3, then C compiler doesn't know what is the meaning of 3, so that's why you need to say that 3 is nothing but integer. Okay, so integer 3, so int 3, but again you are using int 4, so there should be some difference between this int and this int. That's why int a equal to 3, int b equal to 4. So that's why we are using the variables a comma b. Now we need to sum it. Okay, so int c equal to 3 plus 4. Okay, this is what we are doing. So what is 3? 3 is nothing but your a, so int a. What is 4? Nothing but your b, so int c is equal to a plus b. Now I need to print this c. Okay, so how I can print this c? Okay, so if you want to print any text, okay, so if you want to print any text, then directly if you put that C in the double quotes, then what happens, you'll be getting C as printed. But here I don't want the letter C to be printed, I want the value in the C to be printed. So for that I'll be using percentile D. Okay, for that I'll be using percentile D. So what is this percentile be, I'll be telling you in the upcoming videos. Okay, so here what you need to do is percentile D comma C. Okay, now we'll try to run it. Okay, now you got the value. Okay, for all the integers you'll be using this one, percentile D. Okay, percentile D, so you will be putting, and you'll be putting comma C. So whenever C language finds its percentile D, okay, percentile D means integer, so it means this is integer value, so I need to print some integer value. What integer value? Integer value of the C. Okay, so I need to print the integer value of C. What is the value of C? It's nothing but 7, so it will be printing me 7 value. Let us say 8, and let us say some 6, and now run. Okay, 14. So this is the addition of two numbers. Here you can even add a positive number and the negative number also. Okay, 1862, let us say -8, okay, -14. So this is the basic, second most basic program in C language, that is addition of two numbers. Okay, so when I tell you addition of two numbers, this is the logic. Okay, so subtraction also you can try, simply just replace plus with minus. Okay, -8 with 8, -6 with 6, and just do this one 2. You got it? In the same way into, in the same way division also. Okay, division I'll be explaining you in the other program. For time being, just try addition of two numbers, multiplication of two numbers, and subtraction of two numbers. Okay, and one more important thing I want to say here, instead of C you can even put A plus B directly here. Okay, and try to run it. What you're getting? 40. So either you can save this value. Okay, either you can save this A plus B in another variable, or directly you can print A plus B also. Okay, both. I want to add two decimal numbers. Okay, 8.2 and 9.4. Okay, for that can I use int A equal to 8.4 or int B equal to 6.4? No, because those are not integers, those are decimals. So that's why for that, instead of int, I'll be using float. Okay, so to get more knowledge regarding this integer or this float, just once look into the concept called data types. Okay, so here float A equal to 4.0. Okay, in the same way float B equal to 4.8. Okay, now I'll be going with float C equal to A into, instead of, okay, B into 2, sorry, into 2. Okay, now same float. Okay, now same printf. Okay, if you see here, percentile D comma, I want to print C. So if you see here, and one more thing, if I print like this, what I'll be getting the result? Just see here, I'm getting the error. Okay, what is the error? Because if you see here, why I'm getting this error is because for 8 I'm using the same variable A, and at the same time for 4.0 also I'm using the same name A, so that's why I'll be changing. Okay, so let us say I'm using some Q and here S. Okay, and this is some G. Okay, now I need to change this one also, right? So Q into S, right? What is 4.0 into 4.8? It's something like 16.8. Yeah, 16.8. So 16.8 into 2 is nothing but some 32.8. So 32.8 is nothing but your float, but here you are using percentile D. Percentile D is used only for the integers. For float we need to use percentile F. Okay, so now you run. So this value and this value you are getting side by side, so you want to print it in the next value. So for that you'll be using /n. Now you see 14 38.4402. So what is this meaning of 38.4402? In the sense, float value always prints the number followed by decimal point followed by 6 variables. We can even use int some f equal to 9 also, and you can even add a plus b plus f. So you can add any numbers, you can subtract any numbers, and you can multiply any numbers. Okay, and you can even add one integer and one float number also. Okay, that you can try by yourself. Okay, so these are the different ways of adding, subtracting, and multiplying the numbers. Numbers are nothing but your integers and your float numbers. Okay, so I think I have covered all the types, different types like integers and floats, and addition, subtraction, multiplication like. Okay, thank you.